We're going to use a photograph of a man in a profile view to see how we are going to draw and paint. In this workshop, we're going to first study from each part of the whole picture with pencil, charcoal, and watercolor. Starting from the eye, the nose, the mouth, and the ear before we come to put all this together to become a whole portrait. And today we're going to study how we're going to draw the eye. First, let's use charcoal to draw the eye. And I'm going to start with wine charcoal. We want to see the whole thing at once, seeing the big shapes. There's the eyebrows here. These eyebrows. And the eye is sitting in this location. I want you to think as a simplify things before we get into the details. Okay. Now let's take a look at the eyebrows, the location between the eyebrows and the eye. And that is a turning over here because inside the eye is actually turning from inside and gradually rounded and coming out like this. And you can see that if this is the eyebrows, for example, right? And now in the middle of the eyebrows, there is a soft line over here, divide. This is darker, this is lighter. So this is almost the middle of the eyebrows. And that actually is the starting point of the eye. Okay? That distance should be a little closer, like here. I'm still drawing the eye as a triangle. Okay. And also coming down here, that is just the lower eyelid. Okay, like this, the eye. And there's also eyelashes come out this way. And this is it's very rough shape. This is very simple. And inside here also darker too. Most people think that inside the eye here is always pure white, but this is not right, okay? Because anyway, it's in the shadow. In the shadow, the white in the shadow also appear to be darker. Okay, now we got this rough shape in place. And also over here it can be a little darker because that's also in the shadow area. Yeah. And the eyebrows are coming down this way. Everybody's eyebrows appear a little bit different. Okay, I'm going to use my finger this is the foundation. I use the wine charcoal so it's easier to erase or modify. Okay. And next I'm going to turn into the charcoal pencil. Okay. Remember, we're starting from general to get into the details. I'm going to get my medium charcoal pencil. Now I'm going to base on my wine charcoal. I'm going to now focus on this area. Okay, here we go. This is darker. Remember when we did the wine charcoal stage just a couple minutes ago, and we did not see inside of the shape. Now we see a little bit more inside the shape now. And come down here, that is a little turn. And then come inside the eye over here. Now this is the triangle. Pay attention to the shape of the triangle now, which we did not do. Okay, there's a little corner of that. And add appear to be a double eyelid, but it's not so clear. It just make that line a little bit thicker. And some eyelashes. You may notice that the way I'm holding my charcoal, I'm not holding like this. Now I'm gonna looking in down here. That is the side, the inside of the triangle, the inside of the eye. You don't have to think about the eye, just make it simple, just triangle. I know it's just not easy for us to change the way we think, but try to gradually, it's easier for us to focus on the shape. Okay, in this way, we're going to turn a little bit, a little round. Now, just another reminder, we did not do this kind of things when we are starting the drawing with the vine charcoal. You see from here to here, now I'm going to looking at it. This is about 1/3 over here, 2/3 on this side. So when you focus on just the shape and the size of the shape and the proportion, and it will be very easy and very relaxing. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to draw a little round. This is the pupil. And I'm going to make everything dark first. I know there's a wider shape in here. We're going to do that for the next step. Doing it this way, it just focus on the bigger shape before the smaller shape. So we don't leave it here. It's just one shape, another shape. So this shape is darker, and that is the under here have a gap and coming up this way. Okay, good. Now looking at the lower eyelid. Not very dark, so I'm gonna keep it soft, and here we go. Okay, now the eye is finish the this step by putting divide the shape into smaller shape, not the smallest one yet, but smaller shape, and also apply to a proper value to it. Okay, I'm going to use my finger or blending stone. Let's use the blending stone. And on the eyebrows, and these eyebrows, I'm going to just try to blend through where the hair going, the motion of the hair, like this. And here is a little bit darker too. While looking at the blending stone, it actually blends a little bit too much. I'm going to change it to use my finger. Actually, a little bit better control for me. And okay. That's good. Now looking at the white, the value in the white compared to the dark colors, I think the value is good. It's pretty proper now. Okay, good. Now I'm going to come inside this iris. I'm going to use the eraser. I'm going to draw the lighter shape. That looks like there is one shape over here. And there's another shape over here. like that. Maybe a little too light now. Okay, now come back. I'm gonna use a little darker charcoal pencil. I'm gonna use a soft charcoal pencil. That is a darker shape. That is the area where the pupil sitting in, darker. And this is the shape here, a little bit darker on the edge, like this. Now, define that. And usually, right under the eyelid, it is the shadow. It's the catch the shadow, catch it by the this eyelid. Okay. And I'll come back to the eyebrows. I want to suggest there actually some smaller shape, which is showing this is the eyebrows here. I'm going to also use the eraser to just suggest it. But you're looking at it from the reference. When you want to look for those details, and you will see the details. But at different stage, you try to see different level of details. Okay. If you want, you can actually blend that a little outward. That is getting into the space of the nose, which is we're going to explain how to draw a nose in the next lesson. Make that a little subtle. I think that the shape in here stands out too much. Okay. Now we finish the eye with the charcoal. This is a part of the whole workshop of how to do a watercolor painting of a profile portrait. For our patron, you can view the entire workshop in the patron area. You can upload your own images, getting feedback or give feedback to other patrons, and I'm also going to answer any questions that you have inside the patron. See you there.